Hey guys, follow me into my real estate journey, the ups, the downs, possibly gonna change brokerage. And I mean, at this point, I don't want to, when it comes to changing brokerages, I don't want to just keep hopping from brokerage to brokerage to brokerage, hoping for something to just happen. I mean, I've talked with NP Dodge, and then I also talked with Keller Williams, and I'm really liking both. There's not one that I'm hating. I'm really liking both. Like NP Dodge, they have their pluses. So does Keller Williams. But when it comes to like volumes, like the amount agents are selling, Keller Williams is and here's the funny thing. They have literally exactly the same amount of agents there, and Keller Williams is blowing NP Dodge out of the water, which is then it's like, well, obviously choose Keller Williams. But NP Dodge, when it comes to materials, when it comes to the actual materials, I thought that cop was gonna pull a U-turn. But when it comes to the actual materials, NP Dodge is gonna provide an array of stuff and give me some reimbursement to marketing. I'm like, that's good. And when it comes to like my like the mentorship program, they're gonna hook me up with someone, and we're gonna go from start to finish with an listing appointment from start to finish, and I'll get paid for it. They'll put me as a co-listing agent, and I'll get paid for it. Granted, I'm not expecting like half of the commission. I think it caps at $1,000, and it depends on the price of the home. So I'm not expecting, $8,000 commission check, but it's one of those where it's like, if I'm gonna have someone kind of walk me through all of it, and I'm getting paid to do it, it's one of those where it's like, it's almost too good to be true. But then at the same time, how long is it gonna take though? Like, I may not get, let's say, a $300 check here in 3 months, but I did learn everything though. At Keller Williams, here's the thing. I also like the guy that I was talking to, the coach there. I actually really like him because he made me do some tests and whatnot that kind of tells me like tell him about me. And I'm sorry, my arm's getting tired. And so when we're talking and whatnot, he wasn't the one where he's like trying to recruit me, like come to my brokers. He said, okay, you're looking at other brokerages, let's go look at their numbers. Why do you want to choose them? No, here's why you'd be a best fit at Keller Williams, but then here's why you'd also be a best fit at the other brokerage. He was telling me everything. He wasn't just trying to recruit me. He said, okay, let's look at a lot of your whys and let's compare them to see, is this something? Because he also said, he's like, okay, that's actually great, they offer all of that. Is that important to you? And I'm like, well, a little. He's like, well, if it's important to you, maybe that's kind of who you want to steer. Maybe that's kind of who you want to go to. But if you want the coaching that we give, and you see agents in our office are putting in numbers, it's like, it doesn't matter what brokerage you're at. It's, are you going to put in the work and the hours to get the results? If you're not, then what's the point of being in real estate if you're not willing to put in the work and the hours? So he's like, it doesn't matter which brokerage you join. It's how bad do you want it, basically. And so, and a bunch of other things, I was like, and like their profit share is not bad. So I'm like, who should I choose? NP Dodge or Keller Williams? I'm really leaning towards Keller Williams because of a bunch of things that he said. Because then when he did tell me, like, okay, when he did ask me, is that important to you and why? If it's that important to you, choose NP Dodge. If they're going to provide you with the rider, the sign, the open house baggie, what do you call it? Business cards. They also provide that too. Business cards and like an array of stuff. Like if that's important to you, go ahead. Go over there. But then the convincing part to join Keller Williams, other than all the other stuff, was also, okay, let's look at their numbers. Let's look at NP Dodges and let's look at Keller Williams. The office is in Lincoln. And when it comes to numbers, I'm like, Keller Williams is blowing them out the water. I think about like 3 times or 5 times. So I was like, they're blowing them out the water, which is kind of more important. It's like, yes, the brokerage has been there for like fucking since 1865 or something. But it's like, we're about 6 months in, and these agents are fucking killing it at KEW. It's like, I want to go talk to them. I want to chat with them. Like, I don't want to be a sitting goose with like NP Dodge when, don't get me wrong, there are some agents that are fucking killing it as well, but most aren't. At Keller Williams, most are. So it's kind of one of those where it's like, okay, in the end, does all the free stuff, the signs and whatnot, are they as important to me as what he said? Because then he did also say, he's like, they can give you all they want. They can give you signs, everything. But if you're not getting listings, you're not doing anything, those signs don't matter. So which I was like, that's true. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Like I said, just welcome to my real estate journey, and can't wait for you guys to be here.